Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's Frankie here and I'm back with another movie review. And this is one of the movies I had in mind to watch, and it sounded like it's up my street, and it's a great, I wouldn't say great movie, but it was one of those movies where it starts off, like it's not really the best, but then the ending, wow, was incredible. And the movie is called Kill 'Em All. It does star Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. I don't really watch his movies. I don't know if the last movie I watched of his, I think that's the name anyway, I've got to check. I think it's this, they've said damn at the end of it. But yeah, I don't know, I mean, can't remember the last time I watched, but anyways, never mind. But the movie, for me, I was half off on it until I saw the ending. Wow, it made me love the movie even more. And the acting isn't the best, and I gotta say, it needs to be a bit more enthusiasm in the acting. It's gotta be a bit more, you know what I mean about that. It's about energy from the actors and actresses. But yeah, let me go through it. I would definitely say watch the movie first. Definitely watch it first, and then watch my video afterwards. Because I do give it away though, because I do talk about the full movie. I'm not sure how much of the movie I will be talking about because there's not much details to go by. There's just like, there's just like the all good fighting scenes here and there. So yeah, the movie starts off with a stranger going into hospital. Doesn't necessarily start from there necessarily, but that's how the movie does properly start off. He goes to the hospital, and because he's on the run from a mafia group or something like that, a mafia gang, and his name is Philip. And he goes and he meets this nurse, and there's a shootout that happens because they want to find, Philip. And the nurse is called Suzanne, who's in the hospital as well. He's with the nurse at the hospital, and she witnesses it. She has to survive with him. And most of the movie, it's just about her in the interrogation room talking about it, giving her account of it. So that's the sort of movie that it is. She's giving her account to Agent Mark and Agent Linda. And yes, she just talks about what he told her. And the agents were, telling her what they found out information about him. And yeah, I don't know what the gang is going to say. I think it's sort of mafia or something like that. You got Radovan, you got Ivan, Klaus, Almira, Dusan, and I think there might be another one. I think. Oh, God, I'm good at, my memory is good, but I'm not good with my names when it comes to that, trying to remember all these names. But you go watch the movie so you can precisely tell me what the names are and stuff like that. If I miss saw anything, that's not even a word, but if I'm saying things wrong, so just let me know in the comments. So yeah, so she tells him that Philip's told that he was part of he was part of this group at first, and he tried taking him out. Don't know why he tried doing that. I mean, that goes in later in the movie, we find out. And he meets a mafia boss, and the mafia boss gives some guy money. We'll find out who that guy is later on when I explain it, don't worry. And tell him how Philip as a kid saw his guy get shot by one of these one of these members, and we didn't go to see the member who shot him. So his mum tells him to go to a family friend, and yet these agents don't necessarily believe much of what she's saying. And Agent Mark, he's kind of an a-hole, so that's the one right there. So he's one of those type of ones that are just trying to push out of her. Agent Linda's more like the calmer one, and they're trying to ask her a question. They try to ask her about her name, her mother's maiden name and stuff like that. So yeah, it's one of those typical recording account stuff. And you would think, oh Frankie, this movie, it sounds kind of boring. The thing is, I was thinking it's kind of boring, but at the same time there was good scenes in it, and the twist, it just, the movie made me think of it a different way at the end. It was like, oh okay, I like the movie now. Let me explain it more. And then the fight scenes, you see a lot of fights between when I think Philip was taking out 4 of the members, and Suzanne took out 2 of the members. She took out Amira, and I think she took out either Radovan or Klaus. I don't think it was I know it wasn't Ivan. I think Ivan was a bigger dude. But yes, the thing is that really confused me the most in this movie is how she learned to know karate. And I had a feeling she's part of something. I was in my mind, I was like, is she part of the group herself? So she was there to track down Philip? But that would make much sense because she would already taken him out by then. And at that moment, so it's like, what's going on? How does she know karate? Even if you knew karate, how would you like to take these people out anyway? So that's what confused me most right there, is that part, and how she knew how to survive and stuff like that in a situation that sort of sense. And why did she still stay there? She could have ran. I understand she's trying to survive and they want to get killed, but she could have just left, but she didn't. And yeah, so and then we see her, like, you know, take out two of these people, Amira and the other dude, and we see, you know, Philip having a face off. I just stuck in my teeth. We see Philip have a face off with I think when the dude's right there, like in some sort of roof. And we find out that he was, before that scene, we find that he was part of, like, his, it's kind of a political thing, but a Yugoslavian mafia gang or something like that. And we find out that there were a politician called Dimitri was involved in his dad's, death when his dad got shot by Dimitri. So he's on a revenge spree. So that's why he was planning to take him out whilst being involved with this gang at the same time. So I think it was about more him getting an insight to the gang than trying to figure out how to take them out one by one. So then you see a scene in the kitchen where he has a silencer, begins to shoot the first dude, begins to start a bit of a fight. The fighting scenes are good. I love these type of fight scenes. It's an action and thriller mystery, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Of course, there's a mystery side to it, and then there's the action side. So yeah, it was kind of balanced out, but the acting still needed to be a bit better, to be honest with you. That's the downside why I'm going to rate the movie that I am. So it's a bit disappointing, but there's the fights. The fight scene was quite intense, actually, quite a bit quick for a movie that not the best acting. Then we see Ivan giving Dimitri. No, is it Ivan? Some guy, I think his name. I don't think it was Ivan. There's somebody else by a different name at the boss, the bigger dude, sitting on the table, giving Dimitri money so he can leave the country. And Philip learned all this stuff from his family friend. So we had to survive and stuff like that. This movie's not got much detail, but I'm explaining it as much as I can, so I do apologise. There's a lot to go by in this movie. And what more can I describe it? What else? And then Suzanne said she doesn't know who actually killed, because Dimitri was actually in the same hospital, and that's why Philip was going there the entire time, so that he can look for him. But he did come in a hospital bed, so he was kind of conveniently there, if you could say it like that. So, and of course the agents didn't believe Suzanne. They thought she was hiding something. Definitely, I thought something was up with her, because of how hesitant she was and how she got a bit triggered, and I think she was part of something. But wait till you hear the twist at the end. The twist was unexpected. Not even I expected it in that sense. And so I know I'm ranting a little bit. I do apologise. There's a lot to explain. And then that's why it was all about plot and revenge type stuff. And police come, military come. That's it. They find all the bodies. They see security guard bodies that Philip shot. And so kind of goes deeper, and then we usually find out what the twist is. I knew a twist was coming, and then Suzanne was told to leave. So she was told to leave, and more information arises as soon as she does leave the building. This is where we find out more information now, and we get to find out that Suzanne, I'm calling her Suzanne. I think it's Suzanne is actually her name, or Susan, whichever you want to call her. Because the thing with Suzanne, she said, it's with a Z, not with an S. Okay, fair enough. That's a bit weird to mention in that sense. She leaves the building. And then we begin to find out that she's not who she says she really was. And she was like, wait a minute, how did she know this information? Then it's like, Agent Linda told, I have to say a biscuit, so I was stuck in my throat there. So Linda said to Agent Mark, she's reading your glasses. That's how she knows the information that she saw in the folder. I didn't realise that. I did not realise that. And then we get deeper into it, and then we eventually find out her name's actually Suzanne, but I don't actually know who her name is. They didn't exactly say it properly. And then we eventually found out, Suzanne is. Then I think I've forgotten the other agent's name that walked into the room saying, we found Suzanne. I think Suzanne. Well, I've forgotten the surname of it actually. I've forgotten the surname's just gone blank. We find out she's actually been tied up in a hospital, in the room the entire time. I was like, no way. this is the twist right here. I had a feeling she was dodgy, but I didn't know she was that dodgy. I didn't know I had something related to that. And then we find out that Suzanne takes off her wig and she's actually blonde. So she goes into the car next to Philip and be like, you know, it's all done. She gets a message saying, oh, tell Philip's all done now. Get an outfit. I think something to do with the outfit change. And he said, oh, the glass was a bit of a good trick there. Had the FBI fooled right there. I was like, wow, who's telling her this? And then you begin to find out that Agent Mark was in on it too. Unbelievable. I got to applaud him for that. What a movie. What a twist at the end. That actually made up for the movie not being that exciting apart from the action scenes. The actors were right. They just need a bit more enthusiasm with the acting. Unbelievable. That kind of explains everything, how she's a good fighter. That explains everything. The stuff she was telling, that kind of explains stuff. Wow. Agent Mark was in it too? Agent Linda wasn't. We didn't see that then. Wow, that's unbelievable. I would never have guessed it. Never have guessed it. So, in respects, Philip got somebody to help him. Wow. That's incredible, eh? And not even the mafia members knew about her, which is crazy. That's why she didn't leave him behind like that. We all know this now. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, some of you might have known already. Some people might have guessed that she was obviously helping Philip, which I didn't realise at first. So she knew all this, right? It's unbelievable how she scammed her way through that. Wow. That's up the rating now. I was going to give it a 6 or something. I was going to give it a 5, but then I thought it doesn't feel average because there's good action scenes in it. The acting wasn't good. That was the only negative part. The storyline was a bit confusing because it wasn't quite clear. Now everything is clear. Everything is clear on this one. She was obviously helping him. Bravo. Well done, Suzanne. Well done. You had me fooled for a second right there. You had me fooled 100%, and so did Mark. They were working together the entire time. So he was actually trying to help her out with that. That's why he put one of those glasses to help her see. Wow. Well, I was going to give this movie a 5 or a 6, but then I'm thinking it's definitely more than average now because that twist made the movie better to watch. Because I was curious about the ending. I was curious about the plot and everything. It's just I wish the acting could have been a bit better. It would have been a perfect movie. I have to give this an 8. That ending really have knocked it up a rating. I'm sorry, but this is a must-watch movie. That made me love this movie. Now it's one of my favourite movies now because of that ending. So I'm sorry, this movie, some of you might not agree. Some of you might say, oh, it's a bit messy, it doesn't make any sense. Movies like this, they always have endings like that. You just don't know who is the actual enemy within that, you know, well, within that room or wherever they are, these characters. But yeah, brilliant. Wow, that's great. I was just concerned about the twist. Bravo on whoever wrote and directed this. Brilliant. Great piece of script writing at the end. The dialogue could have been a bit more like, though it was clear enough to me. There was not really much else to say. Acting needs to be better. So if the acting was better, it would have been at least a few ratings higher, I guess. Storyline could have been a tiny bit more clearer. That's what I got to on that one. But yeah, it's not a flawless movie. It's a good movie, but it's just the twist part made it better, I guess. That's the only thing I could say. Anyways, 8 out of 10 it is. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share it with everyone you know, subscribe, hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.